What's going on, guys? It's me, your boy, Doe Goods, and today we are doing another type of video. It's kind of different from what we usually do, but we're gonna do it because we're lit around here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys. The thing is going to be today we're doing a story time. I know you guys have not seen a story time yet, so that's what we're gonna do today. Today, we are going to talk about the first time I ever entered a basketball game. And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. I'm not going to say my age because it's like really embarrassing what age I was. But no, it was not this year. So don't start with me, boy. Anyway, guys. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so this was a year where I wanted to get into basketball because I didn't really know how to play it and stuff. So I entered a league. It was called Upwards. I'll leave a picture right there, and if I don't, then it's because I had to get the video out. But anyway, it was called Upward, and it was like a basketball league for beginner basketball players. I entered it and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna play some basketball. It's gonna be cool. So I ended up going to practice I ended up going to tryouts. It wasn't really like a tryout. Everybody would enter. It's just to see to balance the teams, good players and bad players together. But you get it. Anyway, so I went to tryouts. I was really nervous and I didn't want to, I kind of really didn't want to do it. But I did it anyway, and we went there, and I was trying to act all cool and stuff, and I met my whole team. I remember there was this one kid. He was pretty tall. He was a little bit taller than me. Keep in mind, this was when I was shorter, not super short, but I was shorter than this. He was a little bit taller than me, and he had an afro. I can't remember his name right now, but we'll just call him Jacob. You guys know my friend Jacob. That's not him though, but we'll just call him Jacob. So Jacob was the best player on our team. He was really good and stuff, and everybody was like, oh, he's really good at basketball. We're happy to have him on our team. So then came the day where I had the first game. So this league, it was a church league. So we went to the church and we went to the back room where the teams would get ready and stuff. And so we went into that room, and the coach was really he was mapping it out perfectly. He had a board, and he would write on it and write plays and stuff. And keep in mind, I did know how to play basketball and I was all right at it. But I didn't know positions and stuff. I didn't know positions, where to go and who to guard and stuff. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so he was doing plays and stuff, and I was sitting there putting my jersey on and stuff, and my friends were in the background we're about to win this game and stuff. I'm and I'm over there no, we're not. Because, I didn't know what basketball, I knew what it was, but I was really nervous, and I was shaking, I was really fidgety and stuff, but I still did it. Anyway, so it came time to where we had to walk out, and I walked out there, and across the hall was the other team's locker room, or getting ready room, or whatever. It was theirs, and they came out and they were talking trash. They were we're about to beat you. What are you talking about? And I was okay. And so I was walking out, and I was just I don't want to do this. And I was shaking, and I was trying to get like excited and stuff, but I couldn't. I really couldn't. And so I remember I walked into the thing where they would like be like, "Oh, Peyton Smith." So they called a bunch of people, and then they called my name, and I was like, okay. And they were like, "Hello, Peyton Smith." And so I ran out, and I was like, "Ooh!" And the coach was like, "High five!" And I was like, and I gave like the coach a high five, the other coach a high five, and then I gave some of my teammates a high five, and the rest a high five. And I went and I sat down on the bench. So they called everybody, and the last person that they called was Jacob. The last person they had to call was Jacob. He came out. He was not scared at all. He was walking out, high fiving them, sat down perfectly. And I was sitting there talking to my friends like, dude, I hope I don't start. Like, I don't want to do this. Sure enough, coach was like, all right, Peyton, you're starting. I'm like, why? Like, why? I'm crap at the game. I'm bad at the game. And like, he didn't care. Honestly, I was good in practice, but that was only because we had like really bad players on our team. Besides Jacob and one other kid, his name was Hudson. I remember his name. Shout out to you, Hudson. Oh yeah, Jacob and Hudson were older than me. They were both in an older grade than me. Keep in mind. But Hudson was smaller than me. Anyway, so we sat down and everything, and coach was like, "All right, you're starting." And so I walked out on the court, and we all stood in the middle, in the center of the court. We did our thing. And then we went out, and I think I was center at the time. No, I don't remember. I think I was power forward or center, and I was standing in the back, and I didn't know where to go, and I was like, "Where do I go?" He was like, "I don't know, just do it, just go." It was another kid, I don't remember his name, and I didn't know where to go, and so I just like stood there, and I was just like, I was scared. And so they started it, they tip balled, and as it was going on, I was just running around, like, the other team had the ball, and I was just running, like, trying to find somebody to guard. And so, sure enough, I ran to a random person that somebody was already guarding, and they got an easy layup. And so, I was mad. I was scared and stuff. I was really scared. So, I didn't know what to do. And so, you know what I started to do? I cried. I sat there and I started bawling up. I was like running like this, and I was like starting to cry. I was crying. I was bawling like crocodile tears. Like, I was so like embarrassed to be out there not knowing what to do. I was like sitting there like, where do I go? And then the coach called a timeout, and he was like, "Peyton, do you need to go out?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right." Well, it wasn't that easy to get out. I ended up having to be the one to be like, "Coach, can I please get out, please?" And he was like, "You need to go out." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay." And he sent somebody else on the court. And I sat down, gathered myself, got myself together. And then, I gathered myself and stuff, and then obviously I didn't really play that much in that game. They sent me out again. After a while, we were up by 2. I remember we were up by 2. They sent me out. They were like, "Peyton, if you need anything, we got you, man. We got you, man." And I was like, okay. And so I walked out, and I was trying to be all cool and stuff, but I couldn't be cool because, like, I cried and everybody saw it. So I was out there, like, and I actually did all right. I played really good defense, but I didn't score any points that game. And sure enough, I didn't start next game. And I didn't start for a while until, like, later in the season whenever I started getting better. But that is going to be the end of the video. If you guys want to see a part 2 where I show where I scored my first points in a basketball game, comment down below. Hashtag first point. And I will do that video for you guys. Also, can we hit 3 likes? And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.